Hi, I'm Yana, a British Dutch Canadian raised mostly in Canada, which I left behind in 2019 for nearly 2 years of full-time traveling through the South Pacific. In September 2020, I moved back to Europe, based first in Belgium and now in Austria. I've lived in 6 countries so far, and my lifelong goal is to visit every country in the world. I'm currently working remotely from Spain, and in my last video, I took a day trip down to Cadiz to spend a slow day hanging out by the seaside and discovering ancient Roman architecture. Well, I've certainly never walked on a runway before. That's cool. Just arrived in Gibraltar on a day tour. Tiny little enclave, technically the United Kingdom, a little colony on the southern tip of Spain, from where you can see Africa. Because Gibraltar is obviously technically part of the UK, they insist on having all these UK icons. First impressions, it's just like being in any old English town. Slightly better weather. And a big rock.
Back now and get started with the history of Gibraltar. Okay, this rock has history dating back all the way to the year 400. Okay, we have been here all that time ago. 3 different nationalities have lived on the rock, starting off with the Arabic population in the year 700, with the first warlord Tariq ibn Ziyad was the first ruler of this rock.
So if you've been following my YouTube channel for a while, you know that my mission is pretty much to see every single country in the world. And many of you will say that Gibraltar is not a country, and I will agree with you. It is technically part of the UK, but it is on my list of territories. My list includes countries and territories, so it's much more than just the 197 countries. It has almost 100 more, actually. Territories, including places like Gibraltar, like New Caledonia in the South Pacific, which is technically France, places like Greenland, which is technically Denmark, all those kind of things. So my list actually has, I think I'm at 272 at the moment. So today's a great day because I'm knocking another one off my massive list. It's fun. Right, so I'm walking up to the viewpoint here, and now I can officially see 3 countries at once. Gibraltar, Morocco, across the ocean, and that over there is Spain. That at the end there, that's where Tarifa is, southern Spain. Ha! Of course, when you go high up on a rock, you get some pretty amazing views. This is Spain. And everywhere in Gibraltar, there's monkeys. Look! So inside this St. Michael's Cave, it's inside the Rock of Gibraltar, and it's like thousands and thousands of years of stalactites and stalagmites in this massive cave inside the rock. So we've been given some free time. We have about an hour and a half till the bus back to Sevilla. The suggested activities were lunch and shopping, which I don't really want to do those things, so I'm gonna go visit the castle of Gibraltar, get some views. Let's go have a look. Gibraltar is on a rock. It is literally a rock, which means that there's lots of stairs and hills. I actually had a really great tour. So the way it works is that we had a Spanish tour company take us from Sevilla to the border, and then we walked across the border, and then a local Gibraltar company did our tour today. And I actually learned a lot about the history. It was once Moorish, then it was Spanish. It's been British for most of the last couple of centuries. And it's just this little enclave. Life is good. And like I said earlier, my first impressions I think are pretty accurate, because it's got 33,000 people. So it really is just like a typical British town, but with better weather and people that speak Spanish. So it's been fun to just like wander around. You can totally see it in a day. Like there's not that much to see. So I'm just wandering the streets now and getting a bit lost. And you know that rock that is obviously so famous, the Rock of Gibraltar. The official name is The Rock. That's all it is. There's no other name to it. And they say that it was it's so important. It's like, without it, Gibraltar wouldn't be what it is today, because it's been such a mechanism of defense. And obviously the location on the coast here, so close to Africa. Apparently it's just been like, it's one of those little places that's just survived everything. And they were saying that the crossing between here and the African continent, 95,000 boats a year. This is like a hub. It's just kind of like fascinating. Like it's just this random little blob. It's cool. Okay, I'm just reading the sign here. I'm sweating, oh my god. So it's situated 100 meters above sea level, so I just walked 100 meters, no wonder I'm sweating. The Tower of Homage, the largest tower of its type in the whole of the Iberian Peninsula. There you go. And they say it was probably constructed in the 1300s. I also learned from my tour guide that the airport here in Gibraltar is the 4th smallest in the world, like shortest, like the runway. It's only 1.8 kilometers. So you have to have a very special license to land here, because not all planes can stop in that short amount of time. And you can literally, like, there's a road and you can drive and walk on this runway, because it's just like part of the city. Have a look. It starts here and it goes just a little bit further that way. Funny. Did you See that? This castle has withstood 10 sieges. Go Gibraltar. So to get up the tower, there's this like windy little staircase and it's quite low roofs. Not a bad view. Behind me you can see the Rock of Gibraltar and out in front Gibraltar itself. Just went back out through passport control and we're back in the EU. Like fully had to like scan my passport and stuff. So weird for this little tiny city.